Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hi!
I'm Samantha, I'm a therapist, and I'm doing a video every day for a year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. And I have a special guest with me tonight, my niece. Her name is Madison. We call her Maddie. And we are just out in public filming a video for the first time ever in public.
First time. I'm so excited.
I wanted to just have her be a part of this because we've been talking about doing this for a while, actually. So, and I thought we would talk about consistency. There was somebody that had written in about how it was hard for them to remain consistent with the things that they were working on, and I was like, well, let's do a video about that because we both
Can
struggle with
definitely
that.
relate. Can
Yes.
definitely relate.
Yes. So I have something that I have proclaimed that I'm going to finish, which is my doctoral and PhD dissertation. And I just decided that a couple days ago. I'd kind of put it aside. And I talked to my professor this morning, and we decided, or this afternoon, and we talked about it, and we got it all set up, ready to go. So since I'm doing a video every day for a year, I decided I'd do a video, or I'd write a page every day for 100 days, and then my paper will be done. So I thought, since I'm doing a video, I mean, writing a page a day is going to be nothing compared to that. So,
Right.
and please excuse the back and forth. I'm holding this with my hand all the way out. I forgot the selfie stick, dang it. But anyway, and so Maddie here, we made a pact that she would get her, and you can go ahead and
Oh,
talk if you
yes.
want. Yes.
I will be getting my driver's license. I'm currently in the works. I've been holding off a little bit because I've been, a little bit nervous, had some things going on. And again, with the consistency talk we're going to have today,
Yes.
I'm so excited to get on top of that.
Yes, we are. I think that the more you start to change your identity, the more you start to love yourself, you will start to make decisions, and you will feel and behave and act congruent to that identity. So that's what starts to happen. And I put my paper away for a while, like I said, and I just decided that, hey, I'm needing to do that because it's super important to me. And sometimes we don't believe that we can do things, and we set them aside. We don't believe in ourselves. But remember, we have to shift the identity. It's all the identity. You have to act like you are that person that you want to become. So you have to act in congruence with that person, that identity. And so how would that person that you're wanting to become, how would they feel? What would they think about? How would they act? And then you wake up tomorrow and you start saying, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. And one of my subscribers had commented about how it was hard to go to the gym and stay consistent with certain things, with self-care. Staying consistent is, I feel, an identity that you develop. You decide you're going to be consistent, just like I decided that I had to do this channel. I decided I wasn't going to hit the snooze anymore. I decided I was going to get up at 5:30 every single morning, and I never ever stray from that. I work out every day, never stray from that. I decided that this is who I am. So you have to decide who you're going to be and why you're going to be that way. You have to decide. If you don't decide, then you'll never stay congruent with that identity. So it's all in how you see yourself. And if you see yourself as being inconsistent, remember, if you're identifying with inconsistency, I am inconsistent. Whatever comes after I am, that's what you believe you are. So you have to change it to, no, today I am consistent, and I will be consistent with my actions from here on out, no matter what. And you just identify with that from now on. And that goes for everything that you do, everything. So yes, and I think that when you start actually believing in yourself that you can do something, so start saying, I am capable of doing this, that really can help too. I had to start saying I am capable. I think the paper for me was like super scary, and I felt like, oh my God, I gotta write 100 pages. But I'm a person that wants to write books, and books are longer than 100 pages sometimes. So I was like, you can do this. Just write a page every day. You're doing a dang video every day. You can do that.
Right.
And so, and with Maddie here, I said, you know what? If I'm going to do this paper, how about you do your written dang test online tomorrow? Get this thing done. It's time.
Yeah.
So tell my my peeps here, what do you think kept you from doing it? Like, what inside you made you not do it?
Yeah, I think it was really like I'm honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm still a little fearful. You know, I don't wanna, it's obviously money, it's obviously time, you know, but I think I don't wanna let that fear hold me back from like becoming something that, you know, or someone that I know I can or want to be. I think it's really important to, you know, I think about it, you know, quite often, you know, you journal and stuff, and I think about who I wanna be, what I wanna do, and I know like this is making me like feel like I'm like holding myself back from something. And I feel like it's really important for me to feel like free, you know, and like independent and everything. And that is what I feel I need to feel that way. So I'm sticking to it. And I'm gonna get it done.
Yes, because you're starting to love yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
definitely a big part of it. You like, it's so hard to like try to understand yourself and try to figure yourself out, like Sam is saying, but I just feel like it's such like an important thing to do, and you just like sit with yourself and you figure out what you want and you figure out what you need. And you know, I know like a driver's license, like getting that test done might not seem super like big or anything, but to me, you know, that seems like a really big important step, you know?
It is. And if I heard you say you didn't want to hold yourself back.
Yeah.
So, and that's really big, because I think we all hold ourselves back because of fear and because of just a lack of thinking that we're capable of doing it, or
Definitely.
we're not that identity yet. And you have to decide who you're going to be, because if you don't do that, you're not going to level up,
Right.
you know? So, yeah. You want to add anything?
Definitely feeling like it's definitely like you don't want to hold yourself back. You want to become everyone who you can be. You know, you want to be your full potential, whoever you feel like that is.
Love that. Yes. The potential, right? What is your potential? You know, it's like you got to figure out like, what is your potential? And your potential means you're limitless. We have no limits. We are a spiritual being having a physical experience. That's it. And so everything that you identify with, it creates your whole perception of your reality. All your thoughts and all your feelings are creating your reality every single second. Everything is projecting out. So you get to decide who you are at any moment. I don't care what happened to you yesterday. I don't care what you were doing yesterday. Today, you can decide to change that every single second. It doesn't matter if yesterday you were an addict. Maybe today you're not an addict anymore. You can literally decide that, and you take the steps to not be that way anymore. And you take the steps to become the person that you are. Because the things that hold us back from leveling up are from past programming, from other people. It was all lies, no matter what. They were programmed by other people, and we listened to those things that they said to us. And those things stuck in our brains, and we never let them go. And so we have to learn to let them go and create new thoughts, new feelings, new beliefs. And that's what creates the new identity from there. And just take it step by step. Figure out, what am I thinking? Am I complaining every day? If you're complaining every day, that means you're a complainer. You're identifying as, I am a complainer.
Right.
We don't want to do that, because that makes our energy go so low that everything we're seeing through those glasses, through those lenses, that's what we're interpreting our world as. So if you're complaining about something, then you're seeing most things as maybe not in the best light as you could. And so it's about training your brain to go right instead of left. Remember, I always talk about the hot stove. You don't want to touch the hot stove. You don't want to sit on the hot stove, because it's going to burn your butt. So you just gently guide your little self inside you over to the right instead of the left. You say, no, we're going to go this way now. No, I am this way now. 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 I am going to think this way now. And you just train your brain. That's the best thing I did for myself, is I started saying, no, I'm this now. No, I'm going to start thinking this now instead of the other. Because it's really easy to look in the mirror and see all your flaws. And one day I just decided to stop. And I decided to say, no, I'm beautiful. No, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. And I just started saying that over and over to myself, because the more you look in the mirror at yourself and, abuse yourself basically with your own thoughts, you're hurting yourself, and you don't deserve that. You deserve to bring yourself up. Sorry for the alarm in the background. But there's a confirmation. Look in the mirror tonight and say, I love you.
Right.
You gotta give yourself the love you never got, and you gotta treat yourself the way that you want somebody else to treat you. If you're getting treated like crap by somebody, being neglected, you've got to take care of you, nurture yourself, and give yourself what you didn't get, either as a child or what you're not getting now. Give it to yourself because you deserve that.
Okay.
So, and that's how we shift the identity right there. You you figure out who you want to become, and then you live from that end. So figure out what it is that you're wanting, and before you go to sleep tonight, imagine you're already there. Remember Neville Goddard and his SATS technique, which is state akin to sleep. You come up with a scene, 10-second scene even, just 10 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds, whatever. And you imagine being that person already. You feel those feelings. You go to sleep thinking and feeling that feeling, and it'll permeate the subconscious mind, and it'll start doing its thing in the background. And remember, you're planting a seed. So we don't plant a seed and then the next day go and dig it up. Well, where is it? Where's my flowers? Where's my corn? Whatever we planted, you know, you got to give it time to germinate and take root. So do not start thinking things and then doubt yourself. That's what self-doubt does. You're basically digging up your seed that you just planted. So you've got to stick to your vision. Instead of touching the hot stove, you're going to go right instead of left. You're going to start thinking this way, and you'll start programming your mind that way. And pretty soon it takes hold, it takes root, and then you're there. And you feel amazing. Amazing. There's nothing better than self-love, is there?
Right, nothing.
Nothing.
I think it's so important as well to like not like take in like everyone else around you, right? Everyone else is on their own journey, on their own path, right? You can't see someone else, you know, they might be like ahead of you, like I don't know how to word that very well, but you can't take that on reflection of yourself, you know, because that's obviously not you. You're on your own path. Taking your own time for things.
Yes.
And I think it's really important to be gentle with yourself, and again, like the consistency, like trying not to be negative self-talk, all the positivity.
I love it. She's only 19, guys.
I think
Listen to this.
I think it's so important for, you know, the younger generations to try to, you know, really not focus on other people so much and try to like focus on what makes you feel good, what makes you feel better. Like if someone's like not putting you in a great mood, you know, or something's not putting you in a great mood, or you just feel like bummed out about so many certain things, you know, don't keep doing those things, you know, switch it up, like get a better routine, get a better like mindset.
Oh, I love that. Better routine. Yep. And a better routine starts with a great mindset too.
And a healthy sleep schedule.
Yes. Yes. Sleep is like number one. And hydrate.
Yes, hydration.
Hydration is super important. So yes. Let's see. We could go on and on, but I think I'll stop.
On.
You know, we could talk for hours, and I'll have her on sometime again. Of course. So yes, remember to love yourselves, you guys. Look in the mirror tonight before you go to bed and say, I love you to yourself. Okay? Like really do that. It's the hardest work I think we do. They call it mirror work. And it really is. Like, this is recommended by Louise Hay. She was a big, she wrote You Can Heal Your Life, that book. And there's a bunch of, you know, thought leaders that have said, look in the mirror and say I love you to yourself, because it'll change your life if you do that every day. And it really does, I promise. And so, yeah, I'll leave you with that tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and weekend. It's Friday night. Amazing.
Yes.
Weather is amazing. Oh, this is amazing.
So great.
Oh, it's so great.
I'm so happy.
Almost fall. Yes, we love fall. We will be making more videos together. We were already talking about it for like Halloween videos
so
and things like that. We're gonna have some fun.
Excited.
So get us out of the house a little bit, you know?
Yes, got some big topics for you guys.
Yes, yes. This was kind of unplanned.
Unplanned.
I stuck the camera in my purse and I was like, let's bring it out. So anyway, yeah, this was
Gotta
fun.
stay consistent with those videos.
Yes.
Hey,
This is video 117, I believe it is. Yes. So if you're still here listening, thank you. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like, or if this touched you in some way and you feel like it would help somebody, please share it with them. And I will be back tomorrow.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.